Hey, what's up, nerds? How's everybody doing today? I'm excited to be here doing a head shave for you. And I am doing a comparison, obviously, as you can tell from the title, between my Rockwell 6C on plate 6 and my Muhle R41 to kind of compare the two aggressiveness, sharpness, harshness, efficiency, just kind of see what kind of shave they each give. So I'll be doing my right half of my head with the Rockwell 6C, and hopefully this will focus in. I got my thumb out of the way. On 6, so that's plate 6 on there, and the Muhle R41 on the left side of my head. So, and they both have brand new feather blades in them. Never been used, brand new feather blades. So, the first thing I noticed about the two of them, the Rockwell 6C has a lot more weight to it than the R41. And the grip on the 6C is a lot better. The knurling on there is a lot coarser, rougher. I mean, it's not rough, but it's just deeper. It's got a deeper knurling, so there's more grip. Not that the R41 has bad grip, just the Rockwell has more grip to it. But blade overhang, the Rockwell has a pretty good amount of blade overhang, and the R41 has almost none. You probably can't see it, you'll just have to take my word for it. The R41 has very minimal blade overhang. So that is what we're going to be using to shave. But before we start that, I gotta say thank you to John Gardner, the Common Sense Shaver, Monroe Shaving Company. He sent me my spoils from winning the Alabama versus Georgia National Championship game, the bet we had, the challenge, the wager, whatever you want to call it. It got here today. I got home from work and it was here. So, the Parker 66R. And it is a beautiful razor. Sorry, maybe I should have had it out first, whatever. The Parker 66R, it has really pretty design on the handle. Hopefully you can see that. Good weight to it. It's long. It's longer than I thought it was going to be, which I like. I like longer handle. Twist to open, works really smooth, really pretty. So I'm excited to use it. I'm excited to give it a go. So we're not using it today, but that came. And also, John, you outdid yourself. He threw this in as a surprise. Didn't know it was coming. It's his On the Green soap. He makes shaving soaps. You need to check out his Etsy site, Monroe Shaving Co. At Etsy, and I'll put a link to his Etsy site. But he started making these shaving sticks, and this is his On the Green shaving stick. Really nice, clean, fresh scent to it. It reminds me a lot of Soap Commander Courage, and that's what I'm actually going to be using as my aftershave with it. So that's the soap I'm going to be using today. So John, thank you so much for sending this. This was a surprise. It's his new shea butter formula, so I'm excited to try that out and see how it works. So with that, we'll get into the shave. I'm also, since this is kind of my victory shave, if you will, receiving my winnings, I'm using my Muhle Shaving custom Bama brush. So we got that ready to go as well. So with that, I throw a little water on my head and we'll get into it. And I'm just gonna, I put a little pre-shave oil on, the Monroe Shaving Company Citrus and Cedar pre-shave oil. But I'm just gonna take this, I got a bowl of water over here that I'm just gonna dip it into. When it feels like it's getting a little dry, I'm just gonna paint this right, or put this right on my head. I've got about 5 days of growth, I think. I've been letting it grow out so I could do this this challenge with the R41 and the Rockwell 6C to see which one gives me the ultimate head shaver. So hopefully everybody's been doing well. Hopefully life is going good. It's hard to believe that we're almost already through January. It seems like New Year just happened. The New Year's just happened, but here we are, and it's almost into January. So I feel like I got plenty on there. So I'm gonna start with that, and maybe I got too much. Don't know. We'll see. But I feel like there's quite a bit. Get a little more right above my ear there. Get the little. All right. So my brush got a good amount of water in it, so I'm just gonna start lathering up, and as you guys can see, it's already building a good lather, and there was a lot of moisture in my brush, which is good because I think I put a lot of the product on my head. And this has a good strength of scent to it. I know he did a video on this, reviewing this soap, and he said he likes to golf. Him and his buddies like to go out golfing, and when he created this scent, he didn't really have a name for it, and he smelled the soap when it was finished, and he thought, man, that reminds me of being out on the golf course. So that's kind of where he got the name from it. And it's got a nice, clean. You can get a little bit of that earthy not grass scent, just kind of an earthy scent to it, but it's also a nice, bright, clean, almost cologne-like scent as well. It's a really good balance. And man, that is lathering up really, really nicely. I don't know if you can see all this down on my neck. Holy smokes, I didn't realize I was pushing so much down my neckline there. Look at all that. I'm going to thin it out just a little bit. It feels like it could take on a little more water. Just going to dip the tips of the brush in there. Got a little bit more. Yeah, I definitely put a lot of the product on. And that is a wicked amount of lather. So if lather volume is a top priority in your soaps, this has it. Ton of lather volume. and really was easy to lather. I mean, I know it took a while because I had to work it in so much because of how much product I put on my head to begin with, but really, really easy to lather and produced a ton of volume. I mean, look at all that on my brush still. Really nice. So, anyhow, with that, we will get into this shave. I got lather everywhere, but that's alright. And a good strength of scent. It's got a good strength of scent off the stick, and then also when it's lathered, I can smell it pretty well. So, alright, here we go. First pass, we're going straight in against the grain. Rockwell, setting or plate 6, feather blade. Last time I used plate 6, straight away I nicked that little mole I have right there. So, doesn't seem like I nicked it this time, so we're off to a better start. And very, very smooth, surprisingly smooth for how much growth there is. I'm shocked at how smooth that this first against the grain, straight away against the grain is going. One thing I like about this soap is it's got a lot of volume to it, but it's not airy, it's not light, it's still pretty dense, and feels like it's got a lot of protection and cushion to it, which is really nice. Sometimes soaps that really, man, that is smooth. Sorry, that just is so smooth. Does not feel harsh. There is no pulling, no tugging. Sometimes soaps that create a really big lather, a lot of lather volume, get airy and not so dense. But this one provides a lot of good protection for how much volume it gives. It's not fluffy, if that, hopefully that makes sense how I'm trying to describe it. There's a lot of cushion still. Really good glide so far. We'll see how slickness is. Sometimes a soap will be really good right where it's at, but then once you shave the soap away, there's no residual slickness, there's no glide left to it. So we'll see how this does. But as far as this Rockwell 6C and feather blade combo on plate 6, very smooth, very efficient, very easy to use. Didn't feel like, I mean, there's absolutely no tugging, no pulling, no harshness. absolutely enjoyable. So I apologize if this video runs a little longer. I'll try to speed up a little bit, but just showing the spoils of, for the victor. What John was kind enough to send me took a little bit. So here we go. R41 feather blade, straight in against the grain as well. Now I can tell you right away, it does not feel, it's definitely not as smooth and as comfortable as the Rockwell. This just has more bite to it, if you will. Still efficient, still just mowing right through it with no problems. I'll nick myself a little right there. Still mowing through it with no problems whatsoever, but definitely doesn't have that same comfort as the Rockwell did. And obviously, guys, this is my own opinion. Everybody's heads are different, everybody's skin's different, everybody, likes different blades and blade feel and different things like that. So, not saying that this is just for me, what I think. So take that for what it's worth. But yeah, the Rockwell definitely is smoother. Now we'll see which one's more efficient. Doesn't mean it's going to be more efficient. Definitely was more comfortable, but we'll see. And I'm doing a cold water shave per usual. I don't remember the last time I did a hot water shave or warm water shave. So guys, if you made me choose right now, first pass almost done. Just a little bit over here, I gotta touch up. If you said I could only keep one razor after that first pass, it would be the Rockwell. The level of comfort and ease with it was just, and smoothness was far superior than the, in my opinion, than the R41. Now, let me as far as efficiency goes, these are both super efficient. On the R41 is super efficient, and the Rockwell on plate 6 is very, very efficient as well. So let me rinse off lightly, and we'll do a touch-up pass. So, plenty of slickness. I'm just gonna show you real quick. Just add a little bit of water. Just to show the slickness, the residual slickness of this soap. There's a ton of it. Could be the shea butter formula. This is his new shea butter formula, so that might have added slickness to it. I'm not sure if he changed anything else but his shea butter to it. But there is a lot of slickness, and hopefully post-shave fill is really nice too, with how much slickness, and it feels pretty moisturized already. My head does. So I just put a little more water on. Just yeah, very nice scent. Very good scent. The earthiness isn't overpowering, but it kind of grounds it out, keeps it balanced. But it's not, you know, sometimes you get a scent that the earthiness almost overpowers it and it's too strong. This has got a nice balance. Alright, Rockwell 6C cleanup pass. This is where efficiency, we'll see how efficient it was. So far, feels really good. Typically always a little bit of cleanup needed around the ears and on the crown of my head, so nothing new there. Yeah, the smoothness of the Rockwell is outstanding. Just glides right along, no problems whatsoever. And plate 6 is very, very efficient. No roughness, no harshness. I could see plate 6 being a daily head shaver. Even if you were, I don't have time to do daily head shaves, but if I did, I could see plate 6 being a daily head shaver. It doesn't feel too aggressive or too harsh for that. I'm going to check to make sure my camera's still recording. Sometimes it times out. Yep, we're good. One thing that will be interesting to see is how long my head stays smooth. The Muhle R41, while it's not as smooth, doesn't have the same glide as the Rockwell. I have noticed when I use the R41, my head stays smooth longer than when I use most other razors. So, that is it for the Rockwell for now. We'll see if I need to touch up anything. And here we go with the R41. And this is where the R41 shines, guys. It's not as smooth, feels a little harsher, but as far as efficiency goes, it's hard to beat. It really is hard to beat. I'm feeling around. The only thing I worry about the R41 is I'm not sure if I was a daily head shaver, if I'd feel comfortable with this one, just because it's a little bit harsher. Well, not a little bit, it is harsher. Yeah. That's wildly efficient. It is super, super efficient. Even on these tougher to get spots. Sometimes right in the back middle I don't overlap enough and I miss a little bit when I do these comparison shaves. Same with right down the middle of my head. Just making sure it doesn't feel like there's any mist. Alright, I'm going to rinse. We'll see if I can feel anything during this final rinse. And then we'll start our post-shave. There's just a little, just checking to see if it was still recording, just a little bit right back here. And that's it. And there's a lot of residual slickness on this soap. A lot. I'm really impressed with the residual slickness of it. Really good strength of scent on it. I've tried some of his earlier soaps, the Monroe Shaving Company earlier soaps, and that was one of the things I said maybe that I would like to see improved on was strength of scent, and this definitely has a really nice strong strength of scent. And let me start just taking some alum. Really good residual slickness. I think the post shave feel is going to be really nice. About the same, maybe a little more burn on the R41 side, but not very similar. But as far as the soap goes, as I was saying, really good lather volume. Maybe the one small, and this is nitpicky guys, this is really nitpicky. The slickness was great, the glide was great, the lather volume was great. Maybe just slightly more dense of a lather. And that is splitting hairs. That is just trying to find something to say that could be improved on, because it was really nice. It never did it felt, still recording, like there was good cushion to it, felt comfortable, but you know some of those soaps that have, if you like more of like a sour cream type consistency, this one's a little not as dense as that, but it still gave great cushion, great protection. So that is really, that's almost more of a preference thing than a thing that could be improved on, because as far as the soap performance goes, really nice. And I mean, there was you remember how much I had on my head for the first pass, and there's still a really nice amount of lather that was left in the brush. So my hands off of that real quick. So really nice. So to compare the razors, and I'll just show you, this video is running pretty long, so I'll just show you what we're going to finish with. Witch hazel, tea tree witch hazel, and then Soap Commander Courage. It's not an exact match, but it's close. This is a little more cologne-like than the On the Green. Yeah, a little more cologne-like. This is a little more earthy, but a close match. Cool little stick, awesome product, nice packaging. So that's what I'm going to finish with the Witch Hazel Courage Aftershave. So to the razors, the R41 was more efficient. There's no doubt it won on efficiency. I didn't have to do nearly as much touch-up. The Rockwell definitely won on smoothness and comfort, I would say. Definitely won on smoothness and glide and comfort. So if I was to pick one of the two, for me, for my money, I'd go with the Rockwell. I think it was close in efficiency, closer in efficiency than the R41 was to smoothness, if that makes sense. I feel like its efficiency was good enough and close enough to the R41's that its smoothness and glide and comfort outweighed the slightly more efficient the efficiency of the R41. So that's my opinion, guys. Thanks for watching this. Still recording. Got to make sure sometimes my camera cuts off. Thanks for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Really appreciate it. Hope everybody's doing good. Be kind. Have courage. Roll Tide. We'll see you guys later. Bye.